Yo, 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 what's poppin'? All my peeps. It is I, your host with the most, Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again for another edition of the Raw Rewind presented to you by Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. It's not just me, Patty P, down by the river. I'm joined, as always, by the best of the West you can't forget about Sarah Marshall. What's popping, girl?
Hey yo.
Hey, yo. What's
Hi.
going on?
Hello. I still need to upload that video
And we still need that little cut
because I
there.
still don't have it on here.
Yeah. We,
Shame on me.
yeah,
My bad.
yeah, it was the end of the year. Transition over
Yeah, there's a
to
lot going on,
Renaissance.
you
Oh, there's
know.
so much, so many moving parts as we head into the new year, head into 2026. Big shit happening, Sarah. All right, not
Yeah.
only with us, but in wrestling a little bit. I mean, would
Mhm.
you consider a title change pretty big? I don't know.
Yeah.
I would. And that happened last night. So we're going to talk
Mhm.
about that and more today on the Raw Rewind, the last episode of No Nights Off for 2025. Give a little recap of Raw and then our best of. I have some fun categories here that we can talk about and discuss because, Sarah, the past, I would say 3 weeks at this point, I've just been watching the WWE mix best of 2025 matches, best of 2025 SmackDown. And
Mm.
after I got home from work today, I watched again the triple threat tag team TLC from after
Mhm.
Mania
Mhm.
or before. I forget which one it was. Um, oh my god, like that could be a match of the year contender. It was unbelievable. Montez Ford beat some dude with a leg,
Yeah.
like
I remember that.
insanity.
Yeah. Mhm.
So it's just fun. Yeah. So it's there's a lot of stuff that happened this year that you really miss, or feel like you forget about. I
Mhm.
mean, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. No, I know. Like I kind of wish that I had the category sooner because then I
Yeah.
could have thought about it. But yeah, I feel I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that like time goes by so fast, but then when you stop and try to like reflect on the entire year, you realize how much has actually happened. It just doesn't feel like it. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
because you just like you move on. Like with anything in life, you're just like, okay, this happens, and then you move on and you keep doing whatever. And
Yeah.
then when you actually like think about what happened, it was like, oh wow, that actually did happen. Like only two
Mm-hmm.
months ago or 6 months
Mm-hmm.
ago, and then you're like, oh,
Oh,
there's
so
just a
many
lot
things.
of things that like you forget about, you know?
There really is. There's a lot that happens in a calendar year, and even more that happens in a wrestling year. Like I
Mm-hmm.
in the same span, it went from that match. It was we got the triple A. I think it was Triple Mania. Chad Gable
Mm-hmm.
versus El Hijo de Vikingo, Del Vikingo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that match slapped. That was up there.
Did they
Uh,
just announce Gunther versus Ludwig? I'm sorry, Gunther versus El Grande Americano. Did they just announce that?
where
Or am I
when
tripping? I swear I saw something on Twitter that said that they were going to be doing that. Hold on. Keep going. I will try to find
If
it.
it was Facebook, don't believe a fucking thing
No,
that you see on
it's
there.
not Facebook. No.
After the nonsense I see about certain members of the Judgment Day being added, they're just not even real people. Did I send you that?
No,
Oh my
it's
god,
real.
it's so.
WWE just announced Gunther versus El Grande Americano for the Germany live event on January 13th.
Oh, that's different and more fun.
Yeah,
That's
but like
special. That's special.
incredible. Those two guys.
Oh, they're gonna rock it
That'll
out.
be fun.
This gonna be great. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we got that coming up, and then the three stages of hell between Drew and Cody will be in Berlin as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
so we got a lot of good shit popping up. But before we talk about all of that, we got to hear from the peeps. We got Sophia. Why is this? Yeah. Oh, you gotta click that. Got Nintendo Switch 2 and Beat Solo. Hell yeah.
Nice.
What are you playing on Nintendo Switch 2? What are we playing? If you had it.
Me?
Yeah, what are we playing?
Oh, I've been playing Animal Crossing still. I have over 1,000 hours into my island, so you know.
That's wild.
I have not so with Animal Crossing you can only have one island for
Yeah.
the entire Switch that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the time people will play and then like once they're like, okay, I'm over it, and they'll just delete all of the data that they have so then
Yeah.
you can restart your island. And I have not done that. So I've just like basically tore down
Wow.
my entire island and then like started over. So like the theme is different and everything looks different, but I've kept the same one. So I've literally had like a few of my villagers for almost 5 years because I've never
Wow.
gotten rid of them, and they're the ones that I had when I first started. So I'm like, I'm too far in now. I cannot trash this island and start over.
No, you just
I
joined
love my
technically.
villagers, so I can't do it.
They're part of your family. They're the elders. They're the elders of the village.
Yes.
Of the
Yeah,
island,
I'm
I mean.
loyal. Yeah,
Loyal gal.
I'm
Oh,
loyal.
she also
So
got the WWE 2K25 game, which I got up
nice.
right now. I actually was trying to have it go while we, whatever, because the show. But the 2K execs, W nonsense, whatever I make up, uh, they fucked me over with the matches that they just put on. Like, I
Mm,
mean, other than Tony Storm versus Jordan Grace, Matt Cardona versus Mankind, that might be good. Jada Parker versus Julia just sounds like it was on an episode of NXT a year and a half ago. Bailey
mm-hmm.
Liv is going to be good, but then you have the New Age Outlaws and the Street Profits. A fatal four way
Okay.
between MJF, Jacob Fatu, Cactus Jack, and Shaq. Fuck, that actually does sound
Alrighty.
hilarious. That does sound hilarious. And then your main event. What? What were you asking? Oh,
I didn't say anything.
main event is Bruno Sammartino takes on The Undertaker, takes on CM Punk. And here's the thing. I think
Wow.
Bruno Sammartino is still the champion because even my dude, Chevre, cannot beat him. So, kind of
Well,
pissed
he
me
was
off.
champion for what, like 8 years one time
Yeah,
or
and
something.
he's very OP in this game. Very overpowered in this game because he's a beast. They just have him do the bear hug and
Maybe
then he
it's
just beats you.
maybe it's
So
just accurate. Okay.
let's do champion versus champion. Roman versus Bruno Sammartino. Who wins that one?
Go Bruno. Go Bruno.
We know that. We know that's your take. And then go Eagles. Let's go. You like that? Go
Rude.
Birds.
But I did cheer on the Eagles this weekend because
I think you should
F the
have.
Bills.
I think you absolutely should have cheered for the Eagles
I
this
did.
week.
I did.
Now that we got AFC
Also,
East
hi Nathaniel.
champs.
Hi Nathaniel.
Oh, I did.
He's in the chat too.
Nathaniel, what's up? Do we think Becky beats Maxine next Monday? I don't know. I don't know if I
Uh,
do.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't know.
I don't think so.
It seems a little early to take it off Maxine, but also I feel like I don't think that she's going to be a long reigning champion. So that's the thing, is like I'm kind of torn. I'm like, I don't really know what they're trying to do. And as of right now, if I had to choose like who she's going to lose to, Becky's the only one that makes sense right now.
Yeah.
So
Unless you want to
that's
bring
why
up
I'm like,
someone
I don't know
from
if she's done enough.
No, yeah. And if unless
I
you
don't.
want to bring up someone from NXT slot into Raw and have Maxine feud
Yeah.
there and you build a women's mid card division that way. Because it
Yeah.
feels like Becky's
Yeah.
just too big for the title, in my opinion. We'll talk about more.
Yeah, and I think that's like the big argument that people have had about her still being involved in it this many months later. But you know,
That's how it goes. Um, So yeah, let's kick it right off with Raw. Okay, now everything is um,
Is it all
back.
jumbled for you too?
Yeah, and I also forgot one, so I'm gonna throw it in right now.
Okay.
Punk Breaker kick off show, because this was awesome. Punk and Breaker kick off the
Hmm.
show. Legitimately, when they were walking in, it felt like something out of a movie, like the
That was
boys
so cool.
rolling up.
I love. I feel like we see those shots a lot. Um, over this past year, I would
Oh,
say
a lot.
they do the the whole thing from like the parking lot to the to Gorilla, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but they're not always effective, But I feel like this was because it was like this was a new group. This is like I don't know. I gave them a little bit of more of an edge.
Unity,
Um,
I would say.
yeah, I think it was cool. Um, and uh, oh, it did only show up for 10 seconds. No.
Oh,
Anyway, um, I did not watch Raw. Like I watched it like after, so I didn't see it at when it was happening. But I did see. I always look at people's reactions, and I saw a lot of positive takes about the opening. Not only because people felt like Braun really held his own against a CM Punk, like people really dug his promo. Um, but which obviously is not easy to do when you're talking to somebody like a CM Punk who is so good on the mic. Like being able to hold your own in that way is pretty
mm-hmm.
impressive, especially because Braun has only just started talking like over the
Mm.
past month. They've actually given him more than two words to say. Like when Seth was still around, he had those like moments where he kind of like went off on a tangent and they're all just
Yeah.
like kind of
Oh,
looking at him like what's going on.
yeah, exactly.
But um this is like the past few weeks, past month or so, is when they finally have given him the time to talk and actually say something. Um, and so people I saw were like really impressed with that, and then also I saw people were also saying that Punk seemed to kind of take the gloves off. I think that
Oh,
when
we did.
since Punk has been back for the most part, other than outside of obviously the feud with Drew, he's kind of been a little bit held back, maybe.
A little bit,
Like
I would
we
say.
haven't, yeah, we haven't seen the CM Punk that we're expecting, and I think some people were probably thinking that was going to happen with a mini feud or prolonged feud. We don't know yet with
Mm-hmm.
Braun Breaker because they still want Braun to be a big star, so you don't want like your other top guy going out there and completely trashing him. Um, so I think that it's getting interesting, but I think it's because Braun can handle it, and it's kind of like a real test to Braun to see like, okay, can you stay in it with a guy like Punk who's gonna probably go off script or he's gonna throw something at you that you weren't prepared for. Like, can you hang? And I think that Braun did a good
Yeah.
job
No, he
showing
did.
that he can.
No, he did. He took everything in stride. The comment about
Mm-hmm.
him not being the future, but he is the now. That got me. That was a good line, and it's
Yeah.
right. He is the now. So that whole interaction was great. I was a big fan of that, and the Vision are cool. I like Austin Theory's presentation now, the look, like it's.
I
I'm a big fan so far.
I saw a mixed reaction on his entrance theme. I saw Nathaniel asked us in the chat about it. I thought it was cool. Like if we're talking about Def Rebel, that is probably one of their better songs that I think that they've made. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, I would say that something stands out a little bit too is that he actually got lyrics. He got singing
I
in
know.
his song, which to me is a big indicator of actually believing in him and like putting time into making that song. Because if it was just the music, I would still be like, okay, it's got like a cool, a cool beginning. Some
Mm-hmm.
of it's okay, but if there were no words, I would be like, because then it just sounds kind of generic Def Rebel-y,
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm into it.
Okay. I was. To be honest, I didn't listen to it all that intently because of the multiple screens I got going on. But I like the presentation of the entrance still, with the light coming in and the close up. That was nice. That they're still doing that. So I'm a
Yeah.
big fan so far of how they have presented Austin Theory. So
I yeah, I like that he got some time to talk as well. Um because I think the last time that we saw Theory, he was tag teaming with Grayson Waller, and we kind of saw that fallout. And I wouldn't say that they were necessarily taken seriously. They weren't like a joke, but
no, it's different
I don't
though.
know
I
that
would
people.
agree.
Yeah, I think that he needed the time to kind of explain why he's there, what he's doing, whatever. Um, and that's why I kind of like the song too, because I know I saw so many people being like, "A Town Down is better." I'm like, first of all, where the fuck were you when he had that song?
That was a
Because
banger though.
nobody
No,
liked
eight
that
town
song.
down.
Stop it right
It
now.
was it goes hard. Eight town
But I'm just
down,
saying, like,
shouting out
people,
loud.
I swear people have like they have short-term memory, but also like there's
No,
something in people, especially when it comes to wrestling, that when someone has a song and they don't really care about it, the second they get rid of it, that they then pretend like they loved that song. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Drew McIntyre when he was like, people didn't care about Broken Dreams when I had it. And
Oh,
then once
okay.
I changed it, everyone's like, I loved Broken Dreams. It's like, no, you didn't. Like, you
Shut
didn't.
up! You did not like Drew McIntyre when that was the case.
Yeah, and so I feel like that's kind of the same with this. It's like nobody was sitting there being like, I blast A Town down like on a daily basis. No, you didn't. Like, you did not. And he needed to change it. He couldn't come out to that song and then be like, I'm part of the vision. Like, no, clearly the vision's got a vision of what they want to be, and
Clearly,
his song matches that. But A Town Down did not at all.
no, no, not at all. And here's a new presentation now, far away from A Town Down Under. It's a new day.
I do wish
Yes,
that
it
he wore
is.
pants in the ring though.
What when he was in A Town Down Under?
No, I wish now that he kept like the pants that he wore in the tag match a
Oh
couple weeks
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
I think the shorts are fine because it's like his thing, but it just, I don't feel like it makes him look different enough. Like he kind of just looks
Okay.
like Austin Theory with a buzzed head. Like I kind of want to see a, I don't know, different gear for Theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like even Braun Breaker, he started wearing darker
Oh yeah,
singlets.
yeah.
Like, cause
There's no color.
before he was wearing neon and bright colors, and then
Oh
it's
yeah.
like he went back. He became the bad guy, and he's doing black, he's doing gray, he's doing red.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have liked to see that with Theory, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Let me go back here, and then we got. All right, so
yeah, because I'm like,
that's
this is confusing me too.
it's where this is all getting used to. This is all getting used
Mm-hmm.
to. No, that's the main event. No, this happened after, right after. Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, Raquel Rodriguez, triple threat women championship match. And Stephanie
Mm-hmm.
Vaquer retains, thank God. Thank goodness. But what I
Yeah,
liked about the
yeah.
match, and I want to bring up, is the finish. I was a big fan
Mm-hmm.
of the finish where Raquel has Nikki for the Tahana bomb, hits her with it, and then Stephanie pulls her out of the ring. 1, 2, 3, pins Nikki Bella to retain. I like this because Raquel is not completely out of the title picture, and
Mm-hmm.
we there's still a little tension or dissension, whatever you want to call it, uh, within the female Judgment Day. 'Cause-
Yeah. I think that was the right call, and it's not just because I'm not a fan of Nikki Bella, but I mean, I they might make her champion, but it's hard because as similar as Triple H can be booking wise to Vince in some ways, where we're like, what the hell are you thinking? He hasn't really done this where he like has somebody who's clearly back, just kind of trying to, either be like a nostalgia act or, going on a last run, which Nikki has
Mm-hmm.
said that this will be, and will make them champion. Triple H hasn't really done that since he's taken over. So I don't know if Nikki will ever be champion, but I think that she obviously right now she's being used to like put people over. That's what
Mm-hmm.
she's done. I think someone said she's 2-7 in all of her matches since she's been back.
That's
Um,
crazy. Awesome.
yeah, and so I don't know if that will change, but I do think it's important to keep Raquel relevant because she is the younger talent that is going to be here beyond 2025, beyond 2026. We don't know how long Nikki's going to be here, so keeping her going against Stephanie, I think, is a good idea because I think that their one-on-one is a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a good way to go about it because Nikki kind of is eliminated from the situation now because she still
Absolutely.
lost. Like whether Raquel pinned her and won the title or Stephanie pins her
Yeah.
and retains, like Nikki was still the odd one out.
Yeah. And there's no reason to kind of keep Nikki Bella going with this when you have Raquel Rudd. You have three people in one faction that make better opponents for her. You could even
Mm-hmm.
do a fatal four way with all four of the women. That'd be interesting. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. It feels like now we're getting more of a Raquel singles push, and Liv and Roxanne are being groomed to take the tag team championship away, which I
Well, we'll
actually
have
am
to.
a fan of. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I like it too, and that might be what they do because you don't have a banner for it, but I'll talk about it. Fergie had his own little commercial break interview. I think I don't think
You
that was
did.
shown on
It
TV.
was not.
Um, and he said that he announced, which we already knew, that JD McDonough is going to be out for a little bit because he had surgery, and then he also said that Dom is out
Mm-hmm.
indefinitely with his own shoulder injury. So that means that Judgment Day is Fergie Ferg and the girls. So I think this is a solid opportunity for them to take advantage of the girls, being the main components of Judgment Day that are still there, and get if they're gonna try and get gold on them. I don't know if we're gonna see Stephanie change, that title change hands before Mania or for the Rumble. I don't know, but there is a chance that they could do that. Same thing with the women's tag team titles, but it's also the opportunity to get gold on Finn potentially because now he's a singles guy. He doesn't have Dom in his back pocket. He doesn't have JD in his back pocket. So there's an opportunity there to kind of like push Judgment Day into a bigger storyline, and kind of set up what we might. I mean, maybe they implode before Mania. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested. It's a little bit more interesting now because two players are out.
What if Finn starts defending the Intercontinental Championship in place of Dom, and he starts winning matches, and then he starts saying that I'm the Intercontinental Champion, and Dom's
I
like,
would.
"Well, I'm
Can
the
you imagine
Intercontinental
Dom?
Champion."
Yeah, Dom versus Finn at Mania.
There you go. Like that's
Finn
how
as the
you build something.
babyface.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that
I'm
one.
just
I think Dom's too over.
yes.
I think Dom is so over.
But people miss Finn and his entrance. Just look at when he was at the
In
height of Judgment
NXT.
Day and he made his return to NXT. So that's what I mean. I mean, I don't know.
Uh,
Just because I don't want them to turn Dom when Dom and Liv are so good together and I love them being heels. Because like
yeah.
they annoy the shit out of people. So that's why I'm like Finn would have to be the good guy in the situation.
You're
But
for story purposes, yes. However, the crowd is not. The crowd is gonna boo the shit out of Finn if he's going up
I
against
don't
Dirty
think
Dom.
so. But it's all going to depend anyway how long Dom's out because they said he had an injury, he's out indefinitely, but we don't know, does he have to have surgery? Like what is the injury? Like how long is he going to be out? Cuz if he's going to be out for a while then Mania might be off the table. We don't know.
Yeah, I would definitely. To me, they're you throwing that term out there instead of saying day to day. It's a
Yeah, cuz
safer
they don't know.
phrase. Yeah, they have no idea.
Well, and maybe they're not sure yet either because I mean he has two titles.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't like let him be on the shelf for 6 months and have him be champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's not gonna work. So
No, won't. What we got next? Oh yeah, your actual guy,
Yeah.
the ring general, fucking
Yes.
killing every. He's just on a Legends destruction tour. That man wants
This is
every legend.
this is what we need. This is like this is the kind of stuff that I've been begging for, you know? Just like I want Gunther to be this like dominating force, like you cannot stop him. Like he's scary, he's this and that. And it just took them way too long to get to this point, not to mention the major speed bump of having him lose to Jay the way that they did is a
Love the term
problem.
speed bump
Um
there.
yeah. But I mean they're definitely trying to build him back up to the reputation that he had in NXT UK and into NXT 2.0. And I want to see them keep doing what they're doing because I think right now it's working. I
Mm-hmm.
mean he's getting booed and he's taking advantage of people absolutely hating him. That new shirt is iconic.
I
Absolutely
might buy it.
iconic.
I
I
might buy it.
I know. I know. Um I love it. Like he's just like such a troll, and that is it's just proving even more why he was the right one to be seen as last opponent, because he's just taking advantage of all of the heat that comes with it, and that's why I felt like if it wasn't a a move for a big time heel, it was going to be an absolute waste, because if we were sitting here and it was like, okay, Carmelo Hayes beat him, we wouldn't still be talking about how he beat Cena right now. And it's only been 3 weeks. Like, we wouldn't be talking about it because Carmelo wouldn't be bragging about it. It wouldn't
No.
be something to brag about. It'd be like sad. It'd be like, oh, that's cool, but also like, that's sad,
Like,
you
come
know? And it's like,
on.
no.
Like, yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like Austin Theory beating John Cena at WrestleMania 39. How long did you carry
Yeah.
that on?
It held no weight, and so Gunther can do this for till the end of time. You know what I mean? It could almost become just like the funny thing that he says, like, I beat John Cena in his last match, I made John Cena tap like a bitch. Like, he can just say it forever and it stings the exact same.
That would be so
So
funny.
I don't know, I'm hopeful that they'll keep doing the right thing with him, because I think he really can be like the ultimate troll, like just dominant dude, you know. I love it. Hey AJ. Hey AJ. Hey AJ. And it's isn't it so funny, like
Oh,
this whole thing
it's
is so
awesome.
funny to me. Well, no, what's funny for me specifically is like John Cena is my all-time goat. Like he is my
Oh,
all-time
that's your
favorite.
guy.
That is a man that I like love. And then I'm sitting here being like, "Oh, I love that Gunther made him tap out. I love that he's trolling everybody." Like it's so funny because it's like every all these other people are like, "Oh my god, I cried when Cena, retired and whatever." And I'm like, I was a little emotional that it was over, but I wasn't upset because I'm like, no, Gunther is like so cool. Like
Well, that was the
I don't
thing
know. It
that
just feels like
friends that I have that came up to me. They may have not watched Saturday Night's Main Event, but they obviously know who John Cena is and know the
yeah,
importance of his retiring. And they said to me, why did he lose? And
yeah.
I
It's
it
like if
was
you don't understand, I don't know
I,
how to make
I
you
can't
understand.
help you. And I had
Yeah,
like my best friend who grew up a wrestling fan, the whole 9 yards. He was even saying like, what the hell, like shouldn't he have won? It's John Cena of all people. And if you know John Cena, you know that's how he would have wanted to go out, which at the end of the day,
yeah,
that's what matters. And when you
yeah,
look at it through a wider scope, his show, that last tribute show, is going to be so impactful for the
hmm
future generations, more than just doing an hour and a half of John Cena and filler matches. You know?
And that's
So
what he wanted. He literally stated, I want the last show to be all about the future. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, they're already talking about having Obafemi come up and to the main roster. I know that there's certainly an argument to be made that he should be already on the roster, or maybe he could have been brought up 6 months ago. But I think the fact that he went out there, he got that kind of reaction from the main roster fans, which is huge because, as we say all the time, the audience that watches NXT does not always watch the main roster and vice versa. So if you can be somebody in NXT and come up on Raw or SmackDown and get as loud of a reaction, or if not louder, than someone like Cody Rhodes. Hello. So it's like
Yeah.
clearly Oba's ready, Soul is ready, Javon Evans is ready. Like they're all
It's
ready.
funny you mentioned that, Javon Evans, because I
Mhm.
was listening to John Alba and Matt Hardy talk today about Javon Evans and if it's worth
Mhm.
him going up to the main roster or staying in
Mhm.
NXT and getting a title run. And it was interesting because Matt and John did not agree. They were on
Yeah.
two sides. You had John Alba, who believes that Javon Evans should go up to the main roster and have, we'll say, side quests with Sheamus, matches like with him, Sheamus, Rusev, get him in the mix with Dragon Lee, just that crowd.
Even on SmackDown, go for the US title.
Exactly. You can go to SmackDown and learn
Yeah.
from the vets there. And that's more, it's better for his development than
Mhm.
him staying in NXT. And Matt Hardy had the complete opposite, saying how
Mhm.
he would like to see Javon Evans with the NXT title because he's such a face for NXT and how the fans love him there. And that's where he can
Mhm.
really hone his craft in being a big fish in a small pond. And after hearing it, I don't even know what side I'm really on because I would like to see him in the main roster, of course. However, I'm in the camp that I fear he could get lost in the shuffle. And if he was to get lost in the
Yeah.
shuffle, then like you're wasting another guy. So
Yeah, I'm kind of split on it. Um Honestly, just because I think back to um when we everybody thought that Braun Breaker was going to be called up in the draft, and then he didn't, and he stayed down in NXT for another year, and initially people were like, why would they do that? Like he's ready now. I think the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Everybody thought that they both should have been called up a year sooner, but then after that year, obviously we saw Carmelo turn heel on Trick, which was a huge deal because
huge.
he hadn't done anything like that yet. Braun turned heel. We needed to be able to see that he could do that too, and clearly that's how they brought him up to the main roster. So I think there's an argument there to keep Javon down there, and maybe we're all excited because we're like, we want to see this guy. He's exciting. He's really good. Whatever. But maybe another year would benefit him. We don't, I mean, we'll
Mm-hmm.
only know once it happens. But I also remember people like Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch got called up to the main roster, and she was never NXT Women's Champion. Did that deter her from being successful on Raw and SmackDown? No. So I think it just depends on the person, and I think it depends on the, like you were saying, basically like the situation that they're put in. Obviously, you don't want
Mm-hmm.
Javon to go to SmackDown and then he's just a guy that's on main event, and
Yeah.
or he's in a squash match. Like if they're gonna bring him up now, especially at his young age, it's like, okay, well, you better have a plan for him. Otherwise, keep him down in NXT. You guys haven't rushed to bring up JC Jane, and she's been down
No,
there for
she's
like 5 or 6 years at
crushing
this
it.
point.
No, she
So
has.
if
Her and
that's
Andre
it's like,
Chase.
yeah, so it's like he can still thrive down there if they think that that's better for him. It's like, because that's what I've said so many times when we look at NXT talent that we're kind of itching to see on the main roster. It's like, do not bring them up because you feel pressured to bring them up. Only bring them up if you have some sort of
Absolutely.
idea or plan for them, because otherwise keep them in NXT. They'll be down there, they'll be on TV weekly, they'll still be learning, they'll be practicing every single week. It's better to do that than to have them on the road collecting a paycheck, in my opinion, in catering. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no point, because then you end up releasing them. Like, look at the batch of NXT people that they have brought up over the last 3 years, and how many of them are still in the company. It's
Yeah, look
unfortunately
at
not that
Cameron
many.
Grimes. Remember Cameron Grimes?
Cameron Grimes, Vinci,
Oh, jeez.
um, Blair Davenport,
I just had
like
Vinci
a bunch
job
of.
out in Nonsense Wrestling Federation to Kevin Nash, so that's where.
Oh no,
Well, it was Big
my
Daddy
guy.
Cool, another one of your
Yeah, but
guys. Eric Bischoff was special
Yeah.
ref, so like, makes you feel any better.
I mean, he's biased, I guess.
Um, then Penta saves Rey Mysterio from being beat down by the Vision. Rey Mysterio took on Austin Theory in the match. It was a fine match. There's really nothing to comment on it. Like, we're not,
Yeah, it
you
would have
know,
been nice for Austin to win, but
yeah. Nah, it's what mattered after the match that we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna talk about that match. Is the result.
okay.
We're gonna talk about what Penta saving Rey Mysterio does for any of this, and how Penta returned from his injury because he was injured to save Rey Mysterio from the Vision. So now we have Rey
Hmm.
Mysterio being caught up in Vision nonsense, and
He
Penta
goes
and
from
him.
one what did we call it? The LW vortex. He goes from
Oh
one
yeah, one
vortex to the
vortex.
next. Yeah. So now he's going to be in the Vision vortex while also like kind of being in the Judgment Day vortex because he's still not done with Dom. So it's
He'll never
like
be
he's
done.
in two.
He'll never be
Yeah.
done with Dirty Dom.
Well, he is a deadbeat dad, so
Deadbeat dad.
but yeah. I do wonder what this means. Or are we going to see this feud continue? Um are they putting Penta and Ray Phoenix on the back burner? Are we going to see that at AAA now? Are we not? Are they going to bring that to the main roster? Are they not? Are they replacing one masked man with another masked man, and that's why we got Ray Mysterio instead of Ray Phoenix? I don't know. I'm not super interested in Penta and Ray doing anything in a tag team capacity against the Vision, but I mean, I guess it's different. I don't really know what the point of this feud would really be.
To me, this seems like filler before the Rumble. You
Yeah, but I
know,
feel like if we're trying to make the Vision a thing, like they shouldn't be doing filler stuff.
well,
You
but
know?
it's not okay. It's not complete filler. When I say filler, I mean it's just buying time before you kick off your main stories, heading into WrestleMania, and
Well, I
you
guess it also
can't do
depends
that
on what
without.
happens on the January 5th Raw with Braun and
That's what I
Punk.
mean.
Like
This
they're
weird. We're in this weird lull period of the holidays where
yeah.
the live events are taking more importance in a sense than the TV, the
Mhm.
regular
Well, and we
programming.
don't have a PLE until
That's why
um the Rumble. Yeah.
in
Well,
Saudi
there is a
Arabia.
Saturday night's main event before a week before the Rumble, I
Yeah, but
think.
that's like another glorified house show.
Yeah. So I don't know because I think I know people are already like concluding that Braun is not going to win. I still think there's a chance that he does beat Punk.
Oh, I
I'm
think
just
Braun's
I'm
gonna
not.
win. I'm
Well, a lot of
I'm
people
on
are
the
saying
camp
they
for Braun.
don't think he has a chance, and I'm like, okay, well, I think if Braun loses to Punk on the January 5th Raw, he's winning the Rumble. And if Punk loses, he's probably winning the Rumble. So like I don't know. I think that
You think Punk would win?
if they want to
No, really?
I could see Punk winning the Rumble. I could see that. I don't care who wins the Rumble as long as his name is not
Oh,
Roman Reigns. Okay, so
I was gonna say Sami Zayn.
oh fuck no, absolutely not.
Why?
Okay, I don't.
Give me Sami
He's been
Zayn.
gone. No, no. Sammy versus who? Cody? No. Sammy versus Punk? No,
Sami versus
no,
Braun
no.
in half. That
Um,
body would be in half.
I like I said, people are writing off Braun, but I think that WWE has to be a little bit careful with how they go about booking the first Raw of the new year because it feels like that's what they're going to start making that into like this big thing every year. They
Mhm.
have to be careful about how they do it because last year or earlier, this past year, the show was so predictable. You knew exactly who was going to win and why, and it was because they didn't want to like upset any fans by doing something different. That's why like Roman beat Solo and Punk beat Seth. It was like nothing interesting happened, and I don't think that they should do that every single year because why am I tuning into a show that I already know the results of it before? So that's why it's like that's not just the argument to say, oh, Braun should win, but that is part of why I think that we shouldn't just completely say, oh, Braun has no chance of winning. Mostly I think people are saying that because of who's champion. It's because it's Punk, and you think, oh, Punk's not going to lose it. Yeah, he could. His
Absolutely
goal
not.
is to win the title at Mania, so there is a possibility that he loses it before Mania, and then maybe he wins it again at Mania. We don't know, but there's a reason they're putting Braun in this position, and I don't think that we should just be like, oh yeah, he's going to lose to Punk, obviously. No, throw a wrench into it and be like, hey, Braun's winning. Like that would be insane.
That would be an insane moment, and we all know how Triple H feels about big moments. So,
Yeah, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, brother.
oh, hold on. I want to get it.
Okay. Mm,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, yeah, he has. That would make sense. It I don't know. It's one of those things that like kind of makes sense because it's like they have a common enemy,
yeah,
even though they like hate each other. You know, so
yeah.
it'd be like more
Exactly.
about stopping the enemy
No, the
than
enemy of my
helping
enemy
your
is my
frenemy.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. I mean, yeah. I think LA Knight fits into this somewhat. What if LA Knight wins the Rumble?
That's who. That's another person that
What
is
if Braun wins the
way more.
title and then LA Knight wins the Rumble?
Yeah, I would.
I don't know.
I'm so
I
for
always
LA
like,
Knight winning the Rumble.
yeah, that would be insane. I think I don't know. There's something. It's so hard because you know that Punk is like getting towards the end of his career, so you wonder like how much longer does he have? And I feel like when we're talking about what's going to happen at Rumble, it kind of, or I'm sorry, at Mania, it feels like you do have to consider, okay, what are they going to do with this, with CM Punk, because what if this is his last Mania? So I just wonder if he would be completely okay with dropping the title before Mania and then maybe not having it at Mania, you know? Because like
Yeah.
if he drops it to Braun and then LA Knight wins and he's like, I'm challenging Braun, where does that leave Punk? And is like Punk okay with not doing something until Saudi Mania? I don't know.
I don't know who's gonna. CM Punk might be facing John Cena at Saudi WrestleMania.
Cena is not coming out of retirement.
That's
Stop it
the
right now.
joke. That's the joke.
Okay. Okay. I
That's
was
the
gonna say
joke.
stop it
No,
right
the
now.
amount of money that they'll fucking
Stop.
take out
Yeah.
to
You
get
know what?
anybody in
I
there.
really hope that Cena tells him to shove it. You know?
To be honest, me too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Because it's like, you know what?
I
His life means more than whatever amount of money you want to give to him. And if he wants to be like, you know what, I want to do movies, I want to take care of my body, I'm feeling good, then let him do that. He doesn't need to come out of retirement because you insist on only the top talents are going to be at our show. Like, no.
it's not even it's to me it's the I said after this date I will not wrestle again and I am sticking to
Yeah.
my word. You know, like
And I
that
don't think he's not
hits.
going to lie. He's not a liar. So,
That's John Cena should
yeah.
be everybody's role model. He should be.
Well, and you know when he said he didn't want he doesn't want to let people down, and that's why he was saying like I always said that when I'm going to be wrestling, like I'm going to do my best, I'm going to put my all into it, and he's like I can tell that my body is just not able to do the same, and I don't want to let anybody down. I think him saying I'm not going to wrestle after this year and then coming out of retirement, isn't that kind of letting people down?
Very much so.
Because you had
Very much so.
them mourn the end of your career just for you to say a year later, LOL, just kidding. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't like that.
No, not at all. I wouldn't like
Yeah.
that at all. Who
Yeah.
else we got? You could do a triple threat. Um,
Yeah.
I just
I was thinking that, but Punk was in a triple threat this year, so
yeah, exactly.
it wasn't for a title, but
Still,
still.
speaking of
And
titles,
I would still want LA Knight to win also.
me too.
But yeah.
Becky has a word for the Intercontinental title holder, Maxine Dupree, ahead of their January 5th rematch. I don't really have much to say about this. Like Maxine went out and said her thing and how she believes that Becky's going to do everything in her power to take the title off her, but nothing, and I mean nothing, will take it, take it away from me, yada yada. And then she comes out. It was the same exact segment as last week, just, well, it actually was the same exact segment as last week.
Yeah.
It was the exact same.
I think the main thing, obviously, is Maxine has definitely improved on the mic. She's
Immensely.
being taken far more seriously than she had been even just a month ago. Becky, in my opinion, is still doing some of her best work right now. Like her tweets and her social media presence are bordering like Drew McIntyre good, if I'm being honest.
Becky, 100%. Becky is
Yeah,
one of the best.
she's killing it like Drew McIntyre does generally. Um, so like I'm not like super invested in this feud really, but I do think that they've done a really good job with like keeping it going and kind of making it a little bit more interesting. Especially since Maxine won the title, and obviously that's the main thing that I think people wanted to see after Maxine won. They were like, okay, let's see what she can do after that, because everyone feels, has the feel good moment of being like, wow, Maxine did it. That's incredible. It's so good for her. You're happy for her. But then it's always like, okay, now what do we do? So I think she's done a really good job with the the vignettes and stuff with her and Natty, and then the war of words between her and Becky. She's really held her own, and so I think that kind of makes their rematch a little bit more like, oh, I want to see it, because you don't know what's going to happen, and you're like, oh, what is Maxine going to pull out?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, other than that, we'll see. I don't know how much longer this is going to go, but maybe Natty gets involved and makes sure that Maxine loses. I don't know. But
You know what I just thought of a little fantasy booking in my mind right now. So January 5th happens. For, reasons, Becky wins. Okay.
Okay.
If Maxine's taken out, Becky beats her, mauling, essentially writing her off television. Okay.
Okay.
And it goes dark. Or even next week, because we'll stretch it out.
And it's Chris Jericho.
Not this time. We have the lights go down, and then you just hear the rift to Killing in the Name of with the bow.
And it's tippy time.
Bow. Din, 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 and then the light comes up, and it's just Natty. That would be electric. And that's how you debut Natty Neidhart.
Because I kind of feel at this point, I think Nathaniel in the chat earlier asking us what we thought this match was going to be. And I said the only person that you can really say makes sense to take the title off of Maxine right now is Becky. I think beyond that, the only other thing that might make sense is turning Natty on her. I don't know if it's too early to do that. I don't know, but those are like the only two scenarios. Like, I honestly don't know what Maxine does after this. It seems like it would be pretty quick for her to drop the title, but it might save her from mediocrity, because we know how Triple H has been with booking the mid-card titles,
Yes.
Men and women. And you obviously don't want Maxine's stock to kind of like plummet because, oh, well, they finally gave her, the IC title, but then they do nothing with her for the next 3 months, So I don't know. I think her versus Natty is interesting because people want to see that. They want to see Natty Neidhart specifically, but I don't know. And Becky has to do something too. So we shall see, I guess.
A Becky Natty Neidhart feud would be a blood feud. That would be something that ends in like an I Quit match or something. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think that would be really good.
Ooze! Booze!
This was kind of unpredictable in my opinion.
Okay, I am so happy you said that because it was to me. until I saw the backstage promo between the Americanos, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and AJ Styles. I saw that, the interaction there, and I went, ooh, I think we might get a title change tonight. And then the
Yeah,
Usos came
because it's
out, and I
like
went,
they're
ooh.
setting up a 3-on-3.
Yeah, and we don't have trios titles yet. And then the
Yeah.
Usos came out, and I'm like, ooh, they might do it. And the entire time, just like, I think they're going to do it. And then they did it.
Can they come out to their song together though? Can
Please.
they stop coming out to "It's Just Me,
Please.
Oos"? Can we
Sarah,
stop?
that really annoys me.
It
Okay?
drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
Like, okay.
They can still yeet. They're not yeeting to the words. They're yeeting to the beat of the song. The song is the same, whether it's just me, Oos, or Day One Ish. It's exactly the same. So
you have a sister.
I don't get it.
Imagine if you're okay. I'm getting to a point. You have a sister, correct? Because I have
yes,
older brothers.
yes.
Like we're gonna.
Yes.
So imagine you guys were on a team of some sorts, okay, and everything around that team, everyone just was it's you, and then it was like, oh, you got it, like it's all you, and you're just like cast aside, like people just forget you're on the team. That's how I feel Jimmy is right now.
Yeah.
Is that he's doing his own thing in the back. He's got Naomi at home with the baby on the way. You have his brother's just yeeting, trying to just get back his smile from losing the World Heavyweight Championship and Roman bullying him. And now Jimmy's just trying to be there, be like, yeah, you want to win a title again? Let's go win a title again.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's why people had been predicting that Jay was going to turn on Jimmy. Because it was like, okay, they're not changing the song. Like, if they're not going to really do anything as a tag team again, it seems like they're just setting up something for Jay to do even more single stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that all of these quotes are coming back about how they wish their Mania match was different, or if it was longer, or it was this or that. And so I think the music is just what's putting it over the top, because it doesn't make sense. Like, what are we doing? And I feel for Jimmy, like, every time I see it, because I'm like, what does he do? Because he doesn't yeet when he's by himself, like when he comes out to his music, but he's expected to when he comes out with Jay, but then the song is not their song together. So it's like, I don't know. I see when he like just stops doing it. I'm like, that would be me. Like, I would just come out and just be like, yeah, okay, like, here we go. Like whatever.
It's just you? Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I think something is going to come of this for them being tag team champions again. Maybe it does end with Jay turning. I don't know. I hope not, because I don't want to see Jimmy versus Jay ever again in my life.
Well, you were there.
We were there.
We saw it live.
Yeah, I don't need to remember it or see it again. But I do like that, like, as great as AJ and Dragon Lee were, I am someone who loves a real tag team being champions. So the Usos being champions again is like, it's fine with me. I mean, they're good as a tag team. So
do we see them?
I guess we'll see what happens
with the New Day. Do you think?
I assume so.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, are the Usos supposed to be heels? Like, it's very confusing, because in the situation with AJ and Dragon Lee, wouldn't they be the heels? Or, like, I just don't know.
No,
that's the thing, is, like, they're kind of in between right now.
Yeah, that was just clean old face versus face type championship action, is what I saw.
Yeah. So if they want to kind of, like, keep going in a direction that has good guys, bad guys, then I would assume, New Day. And that is a little bit interesting, because they do have such a history. Mm-hmm. And obviously they are competing for, like, who's the best tag team, of all time. So I think that's at least a little bit more interesting than what we've been seeing with the tag team division.
Yeah, and help elevate the Raw tag team division, where you have two legendary tag teams feuding for the title. That's one way to legitimize the belts.
Yeah. Well, and SmackDown is the complete opposite now.
Yeah,
because they haven't done anything with the Wyatt Six as champions. So
no, they're doing stuff in Mexico, which that match was crazy.
Which is cool, but like
That
It
match
just
that they
doesn't
had
help it.
with the Psycho Circus, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
I feel like
Did you
that's
see
the
any of
thing is
that?
like people want to see what the Wyatt Six can do. You know what I mean? Like people don't think that they can do those kinds of things or have opponents like that and actually put on a good match. And they
Yeah.
can. That's
Did
why
you?
it's like even when they won the titles at SummerSlam, um, I feel like they were mostly overshadowed by the other teams because of Fraxium, obviously, because they can high fly and they do crazy things. And it's like all these other teams are doing all these crazy spots, and then the Wyatt Six are just kind of like there, and they're like doing stuff as cool, but like not as cool. It's like they can though, and they're
Oh,
willing to do it, and it's like that's the kind of stuff that people want to see on SmackDown, and you're just not giving it to us.
they're doing it other places like AAA,
Yeah, but
and
yeah,
their match with Psycho Circus was so fun, just like a hardcore Falls Count Anywhere type match at
yeah.
Guerra de Titans. It was great.
Hmm.
Oh, I was a big
Yeah,
fan
they're
of
doing a
that.
lot of good stuff on AAA and whatever, but the
Watch
main
out for AAA.
audience is not seeing it. So
Watch out for AAA, Sarah. Like they're
I know.
getting so good. I became a fan of that product, and a year ago, I could maybe tell you two wrestlers that wrestled there.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
and now I can name you a whole gaggle of wrestlers. So
Wow.
it's kind of crazy, what a year can do.
Hmm.
That's why we gotta go down the list and talk about best and worst just to round out the show. Just because it is the last episode. I've been watching end of year things. Sarah, you've probably been seeing end of year things. Like, holy
Hmm.
shit. I forgot. It wasn't a match I watched, but I was on threads and someone posted, moments from this year that's like, hey, here's some moments that you might have forgot about. And Punk's promo on The Rock, where he calls him the bald fraud, and is like, you want the
Oh,
feeling? You want the feeling back?
I never forget that because the only way that I refer to him now is the bald
As bald
fraud. I do
fraud.
not call him his name. So thank you,
But
CM
why
Punk.
was it was, how come? Was it because John Cena turned heel? That was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think because uh, like elimination chamber and whatever.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
All right. So that would make sense then.
yeah,
We're not gonna do a
and he
whole
is a
ton.
bald fraud. So
We won't do a whole ton of these, but I do want to hit the ones that I would say are the most notable. You know, starting out with what was your
okay.
best match? Not your favorite, but like you think
Ooh.
is the best match of the year.
Okay. Because I didn't get to have like a lot of thought
Yeah,
process, I'm
just
just
this
gonna
is
say
off the
whatever
cuff.
comes to mind first. I think. Okay, I'll say one of the best matches of the year. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Oh, okay.
That match was so good. That match was so good. So good.
It
I
was,
don't think people are giving it enough credit.
that was an
It was just
epic.
the way that they went around and did all sorts of things. We saw Cena do whatever the hell came to his mind.
Yeah.
Like we saw John Cena actually wrestle. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I
John
also
Cena
think
can
Solo
wrestle.
versus Gunther was really good
I would say it's an
on
underrated.
Raw.
That was an underrated. I had a John Cena match in here as well. It was his AJ
John
Styles
Cena. Yeah.
match. I thought that was his
Yeah,
best
see the
match.
reason I think I like that match, but I feel like there was just so many like, okay, we need to put this move in and we need to put this move in. That's
Yeah.
why I don't know if I would put it above SummerSlam, you
Okay.
know.
Valid.
Cuz
That's
like
your
yeah, it was
opinion.
fun to watch, but.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. Off top of it, going off of that, what was the worst match you saw this year?
Jey Uso versus Gunther.
Valid. I still have John Cena on here, and it's
Oh.
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that
And
was
that's
the
the thing
biggest waste
too.
of time I've ever
Oh,
watched.
yeah. And it's not even, and that's the thing too. Like I would say, even with Gunther versus Jay, I wouldn't say that's the worst thing I saw just because Gunther lost. No, it's because that was not a good match for Gunther. You know,
Yeah, it
like when
was
we
just
talk
yeah.
about
I get
it
what you
just
mean.
wasn't a good match because Jay's not that good and Gunther couldn't save it from being
Mm-hmm.
bad, you know? So like that's the part that's like disappointing because when you think of somebody like a Gunther having a match, especially at WrestleMania, you expect it to be really, really good. And the fact that he was the champion and that was the match that he put out, it's like, no. And that's the same thing I would say with Lesnar or Cena. Like it wasn't just because Cena lost that it was
Mm-hmm.
bad. It was because it was like, what the hell is this? Not to mention it was only like 7 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What would you say was your show of the year?
ooh. Uh I mean, Mania Night 1 was really good. If
Oh,
you
I
take
meant
out
like promotion. My bad. My bad. Weekly show. Weekly show.
Oh,
Yeah, my bad. My
um
bad.
oh, sorry. I mean probably NXT.
Yeah, that's the unanimous
Yeah.
opinion. It's every
Yeah.
week. I
Yeah. And we got to
watch that.
see NXT Mania weekend.
Yeah,
So,
and NXT, like, without a doubt, that is one of the sleeper things you need to go see when you do Mania weekend is the NXT Stand and Deliver.
mhm.
It is delivered the past 2 years that you and I have
Yep.
gone. Um, I mean, without a doubt, the best start to Saturday. And I mean, going off of I mean, I was going to go into moment of the year. One of my personal moments of the year was ordering chicken fingers and fries at the T-Mobile Arena at 8:45 in the morning. That was an
Yes.
all time. That felt like I was in a nonsense galaxy for sure. Um,
Mhm.
and then going off that moment, I would say moment of the year had to be the Cena heel turn, and I want to
Okay.
differentiate between heel turn and heel
And he'll
run.
run.
They're two completely different
Um
things.
I think that is a good one. And then I would also say Seth Rollins' return from fake injury
Yes.
to cash in and become the champion. That was huge. Like I know a lot of people didn't love it just because, you know, they fell for the ploy that he was injured or
Yeah.
you know, they wanted to keep seeing Punk as champion, but I think that was so brilliant and it was so well done. So,
He fooled Rich Eisen.
yeah,
Fooled
fooled
me,
everybody.
literally. And the last one
Yeah.
I'll wrap up with here, pop of the year. Who do you think got the biggest pop of the year? Because there's one unanimous one in my eyes, but I want yours.
Um I'm going to say okay, this is just who I went to first. Alexa Bliss's return at the Rumble.
Sarah, we're on the same wavelength. That was mine.
Okay.
That is the
Yeah.
loudest pop
I
I heard all year.
not let's not even say that, right? Cuz I just rewatched it recently.
Okay.
I would say it's not just how loud it was how long it went on for.
Oh yeah, I went halfway
Because
down
like
the when she was in the ring.
almost the entire way and she stopped when she first came out. She
Mm-hmm.
stopped halfway down and it
Yeah.
was still going. So to me I'm like that is so underrated cuz of course, you know, yeah, I see like you know, Nathaniel says AJ Lee good, that's a good
It
one.
was
Cena
good, but
turning heel, that got a big pop. You know, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. But to me, I think the most unexpected one is certainly Alexa Bliss.
it's the loudest I heard while watching on TV easily. I mean,
Yeah.
freaking crazy. And
Yeah,
then
that was really cool.
the fact that it was last minute, WWE did pull. They gave the media the runaround, and it came out that it was actually Shotzi Blackheart's um, spot in the Rumble, and they took her out. I don't know if you knew that,
I
but
mean, sorry, Shotzi, but
one's here and is thriving, and the other
one's
is
not.
out in Alexandria and thriving. So
Yeah.
life's
Mm-hmm.
funny like that. Life is funny
Yeah.
like that. That's all we got for you guys here with this episode. We'll be back in the new year. New year 2026. Same time per usual with new things on the way. New things are happening in 2026. Change. I think that is my word every year. My family and I, instead of doing New Year's resolutions, we do words. What's your word of the year? And I think mine is gonna, at least mine carrying over into the show, is change. And change isn't always a bad thing, folks. Which
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be exciting. And I implore you to stay with us. And if you've been on the bandwagon for the past 3 years here, we thank you immensely. I don't have words to describe how thankful I am that you tune in every week to the show, or tune in to the channel when you can and check out our clips. It really means a lot going forward and helps us get to the goal of doing this full time so that we can be sharing the press conference rooms with people like Fightful, like Wrestle Talk. Maybe we can meet up with Malcolm and tell him our Waffle House order. You know,
Hmm.
May, um, maybe we can go
He'd
win a
be
stash
disappointed
club.
because I've never been to Waffle House.
Sarah,
So
I haven't either, so
okay.
you're not alone there. And then maybe we can even go over to our good pals over at Stash Club Wrestling and win a title or two. So who knows? That's what's going on this year, and just stay tuned. That's all I got. Stay tuned. So in the meantime, hit that subscribe button and bell notification to know what we're up to every time we post, and then follow us on all social media platforms at Patty Pitts on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and at SMarshXO on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok, our actual show page on TikTok, No Nights Off Show. Yeah, good shit's happening. Get ready for it, because I know I am. Thank you all for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you could do it.